Greetings, Inquisitors. I'm glad you were able to make it out today. How's everybody doing? Still getting set up here a little bit. Lovely, lovely day today. I need to turn on one of my lights. I've got a light off. Hang on one second. Illumination. It's a wonderful thing. All right, who we got over here? Vader's here, Nabokov's here. Cool. Where did Grandma Mods go? Grandma Mod's been replaced by the lightsaber for right now. It's the lightsaber tutorial for a little while. Grandma doesn't like violence, so she left. Oh, you couldn't be more wrong. Granny loved the violence. That's why she was such a big fan of mods, because mods escalate the violence. Grandma's vicious. Grandma's Sith. Arva and Griff got ignored. I didn't see you in chat over here. Oh, there's Griff. Hey, guys. Wow, lots of cool people. Bookish is over here. Nice. All right, well, we've got the tutorial up on lightsabers. So, got some good questions to go over today. Potentially an account review or so we can do. So one of the questions that's easy to answer that I'll get out of the way right here at the start while we're waiting for people to join. Someone asked, is it just true that fleet battles at a higher level are ridiculously hard? I think that's true. I know that other people may not have as much of an issue, but for me, I can just show everybody on my Loquitur account here. I've been 85 for a while now, and I'm still stuck on this normal 5E fleet battle. And it's a tank check, is what it is. You know, if you've got a good enough tank to soak the hits, you get through this. Otherwise, you have to have a really high amount of damage to get through this. This is the one where it just keeps piling TIE fighters in on top of you. Once you get through that, you can get up to the hard, and you'll be able to get through to, I think, hard 5C or something like that. And then there's another really hard one, like 5D hard or something like that. That's also just kind of a gut check. So yeah, I've been playing this, and I feel like, you know, I'm a decent player, but I just don't have the ships yet to beat this, and I don't have the capital ship big enough yet. So this is just kind of a rite of passage. Once you get your ships big enough, you'll get past it. But yeah, I'm stuck behind it right now. And there's a way that you can prepare your ships as if you just want to go through here. But you either need, to my experience, you need either a big houndstooth or a big hyena bomber or something that's good enough to soak that damage, so that you can get through those TIE fighters. We put some videos on how to beat the fleet battles with Gear 12 Geos on the Discord. Yeah. It's just that if you don't have Gear 12 Geos, and this person's like a recent level 85 player, saying, man, you know, I hit 85, why can't I unlock this content? And I just want to make it clear that you have to be 85 and your ships have to be good enough to unlock this content. It's really a hard gate, and I don't understand why they maybe it was unintentional. You know, they just put this in here and they said, okay, that's a fleet battle, and maybe they just didn't realize that it was that hard. But because these TIE fighters dodge so much, they just keep pouring in and they keep dodging. And, you know, I might be able to do it now with my Anakin's ship having gotten to a higher level. So we can put in Spy and come in with these reinforcements. I'll probably need Tarkin's ship. So I haven't tried it in a while. So get Soldier out of there. We'll do this to soak damage, Spy to do damage, and then we'll put in the 2 Geos here, and we'll maybe it's better to do it this way. But it's a long time before you get that reinforcement. It's a while before you get that reinforcement because they just go nuts. So let's see. Let's see if you can do this with just this. All right, and then they come in with turn meter and they just get to go 90 times before we get to go. Okay. And then this is where you just got to hope that your tank is going to be big enough to do what needs to be done. So they've got a reinforcement coming in already. And we haven't even done our first ability off of our capital ship yet. Now there's only one guy that doesn't have dodge up. And as soon as we start triggering their dodges, that gives their capital ship extra turn meter. So they get to go faster. And we still don't have a reinforcement. And I think before we call in our reinforcement, they might get in their second reinforcement. So we're doing it. All right, we're doing it. Why can't I see this ship? I want to make sure I'm bringing in the right ship. Oh, come on. All right, well, I guess that's what we'll have to do. We'll just have to guess if it's the right ship. And then we get more of those. And then, let's see. We'll just do this so it doesn't dodge. And we survived. Survived the ult, so we got a pretty good chance that we're going to be able to beat this finally. All right. Let's do this over here and call the assist so we get rid of the guy that's buffed up. Then we'll work with Tarkin. So this fleet has 2 relic level characters in it, and I'm still struggling to be able to beat it. So yeah, I finally beat it with 1 star, and that's the kind of thing where once you get past it, then you come back much later when you've got a better fleet and try to 3-star it. But to my experience, that's kind of one of those just you're just gated behind that until you get good enough ships, which is unfortunate because you got Shaak Ti and Enfys Nest up there on the hard nodes that would be really nice to get to. So you got to get to them sooner or later. All right. We recommend full Geo starting lineup with Vulture as your first reinforcement. That's, after some discussion and consideration, that is the best fleet that we can see for early game players is the 3 Geo ships. Geos are good as a team anyway. The Geo ships are good enough anyway, and Vulture Droid comes on an early node, and you can get that as a reinforcement. It also is a way to deal with the Hound's Tooth that other people are going to have. So that's exactly right, the 3 Geo ships plus the Vulture Droid. Unfortunately, I went too far along with other ships in the Hyena Bomber, or the Hound's Tooth and the TIE Silencer and stuff like that. I'll circle back around for that Vulture Droid, but I didn't do it that way. But that will be, whenever I redo the video for the starting guide, that will certainly be the recommendation. All right, stuck at 5A. Yeah, the 5A is also a difficult one. For the last one here, 4E hard, I think is pretty tough too. So they're kind of progressive. Your fleet will get good enough to beat this, and then you'll get good enough to beat the 5A node, and then you'll get stuck on the 5E, and then you'll finally get good enough to beat that. And then, like I said, I think even able to beat this, you'll get up to like 5C hard and get stuck again. So it just takes a while to get your fleet high enough to unlock that stuff. Okay. I can't even get to the hard node 4 with my 170k power fleet. I believe it. Alex Bentley, what's the code for your Darth Loquitur account so I can check your progress during the week? Join us on Discord. If you go over to Discord, there's I believe there's a channel called About Darth Loquitur, and it has my Swigo GG profile for both my main account and my Darth Loquitur account. So you can go over there and check that out if you want to, and that'll give you the info that you want if you want to spy on me during the week. There's no progress during the week, though, honestly. I really don't. Sunday is usually when I do all my character upgrades and all that stuff. So, I mean, you can check it out on Sunday and be a day ahead of when the video comes out, I guess, if you want to do that. All right. Griff says, look in the Discord in the Fleet Mastery for those videos. Cool. All right, let's talk about another question. There was another question related to Fleet about pilots, and somebody said basically, what kind of mods should I use on my pilots? Is there a way to mod pilots, especially if they're pilots like Akbar or whatever that you're not really using in a team? So the answer to that is, I think, pretty simple. Having 5 dot mods and having them at level 15 helps your fleet. When you go from 5 dot to 6 dot, it helps a very small bit, not as much, but it does help the speed of your ship. And when you're looking to maximize the speed, then you're going to want to go to 6 dots. So on an early game account like this, if your character's like Grand Moff Tarkin, he is a usable character, so you mod him as a usable character. Now, if I go in and I say, okay, Ahsoka Tano is just a pilot, I'm not really using her for anything, then you could have mods on her like this. Now, if you look, Ahsoka Tano doesn't have any locked mods on her. So this is a gold mod that's only got 2 speed hits. This has 10 speed. It's purple. Okay, it is locked. Okay, she does have some locked mods. This is a 9 speed mod. It's not that great. So what you're going to see is that the characters are going to have mods on them, but these are some of the very first mods that I built in the account. So if I was going to go look at, I don't know, let's say, who's somebody that I could go down here and pretend to mod? Ugnaught? No, he doesn't have mods opened yet. But anyway, let's say I was going to go in here and mod a character. Okay, Akbar doesn't have mods. So I would go in here and I would say, okay, what do I have that's already taken to level 15 that may not be that great of a mod? So if I look at this mod, it's not a locked mod. I might not put that on a main character. So I'll just throw it on my pilot to have a mod here. So after a while, after you have an inventory of mods built, these mods that were good enough for a character early game, but then later on you moved them off, and now they're sitting there and they're already at 15, you can just assign those to your character and get a mod set onto your character. Eventually, given a long enough timeline, when you've been playing a year and a half, oh man, I did it again. Oh boy. So, okay, we'll go through that again real quick. So on a character like Akbar here, what I was saying is when you go into your mod inventory, what you're looking for is you're looking for mods over here that are leftovers. Like mods that you had on a character, like this is a crit chance bus with no speed. I had it on somebody. I've already replaced it with a better mod. So now I can just take these mods that, they were good enough for somebody once, but I've already found better stuff. And you can just throw those mods onto your pilot and say, okay, I don't want to have to pay to level them up, so I'll just, throw on these substandard mods. I've already invested in them going to 15. Maybe there's a green mod down here that we put at 15. Let's see. Yeah, here's a green mod. So we can just finish out a set for him. Now we could actually have a speed set if we put a speed mod here. So then you say, okay, fine, here's a speed mod down here with 6 speed. So there we go. We've just modded Akbar. We've made his capital ship better with leftover mods. And those are mods that you're probably going to sell someday. Kill the like button. Yeah, do that. More lightsabers. All right, so that's it. I mean, for modding pilots, it does help, especially when you get 5-dot mods and get those 5-dot mods to level 15. That's important. Getting to 6-dot mods is a convenience, something that you want to do once you're trying to make your best ships just a little bit better. All right, we also had a question about gear level for non-required characters. So like on the Loquitur account, we're trying to go for Sith Eternal someday. So we're building Stark, Veers, Piet. Those are all requirements for C, and we're going to take them up in levels. But we want a trooper team. So we've built some other troopers. We built Stormtrooper and Snowtrooper, and we're looking at Moff Gideon at some point. So the question is, how do you decide where to build these other troopers? You know, what level's good enough? And then with your team like Vader, Thrawn, and Emperor Palpatine, where do you stop the other characters? So let's say you build a Bastila Fallen to go in that team and stuff like that to round it out. Like, where do you stop those characters? And my answer to that is it depends on a lot of things. So if you take the troopers as an example, and you go, okay, I'm going to do range trooper, which I think is one of the best other troopers. So you add range trooper and you add Moff Gideon. You may find yourself wanting to take those characters to a pretty high level, and you may even want to relic Moff Gideon, because that trooper team is going to be so good and it's going to be just dominating. It might be your arena team, and you say, okay, I'm going to finish it out. I'm going to have a competitive trooper team, and this will delay my Sith Eternal Emperor unlock by 3 weeks, but I'm willing to do it. Or you may say, look, I'm not going to unlock. I'm going for the unlock as fast as I can. In that case, the answer is Gear 8, right? Because once you get to Gear 8 or Gear 9, all characters start having these kinds of gear show up, where you've got stun guns, carbantes, and stun cuffs. So if you're not going to commit to a character being good, then you get stuck at the level where the character gets greedy, right? So here we've got Gear 8, and he needs 2 sets of stun cuffs and a stun gun, right? So if this isn't part of my plan for what I want to get early on in the game, I'm not going to get him past here, because I'm going to be dedicating my stun cuffs and stun guns to unlocking the Sith Eternal Emperor. Now, I'm trying to stabilize my account before I do that, so I am going to invest in Bosk, and I'm going to invest in some of these other characters. You don't have to. That's everybody's individual choice as how they're going to build their account. But yeah, could I have had Sith Eternal Emperor faster? For sure I could have. I could probably have had him 2 or 3 months earlier if I just focused on that and ignored all this other stuff. But I'm trying to build teams that are going to do well in events, that are going to do conquest for me, that I'm going to be able to, play the game, unlock things, work on other content, play conquest game mode. So I really want to play the whole game and then get Sith Eternal as the next layer. So for me, it's kind of this tiered thing where I started out. If you want to go back and watch my videos, I literally started out with my arena team, my best team, just being pilots, because I wanted to do fleet. I wanted ships to be good, and I just did a team of pilots with Kylo Ren unmasked in the lead, and like Geo Soldier, Geo Spy, Darth Vader was in there, Sith Trooper was in there. It was just a team of pilots. Then I passed that up with Geos, and Geos became my best team for a while. Then I passed that up with Troopers, and Trooper became my best team for a while. And then I passed that up now with my Padme team, and then my Padme team's my best team for a while. And then I'm going to pass that up with my C team. So for me, it's more about working my way up that ladder. I'm not rushing the Sith Eternal Emperor. I'm building the account block by block, building a good foundation. And the good foundation is allowing me to, I did Conquest while it was open for a day. And I completed the whole Sector 1 because I have enough teams and enough characters that are good that I didn't run out of stamina. And I just went through the energy that I was given. I went straight through that and finished. And I got some on some of the loot along the way, but that feels good, right? And I'm not sure that I'd be able to do the same thing if I just focused on it. So the answer is, to make it clear, if you're just putting a support character in a team and that's all they're going to do is support, and you're in a hurry to get your Galactic Legend, stop them as soon as they get greedy. When they need stun cuffs, stun guns, and Carbantes. Carbantes you can afford. So if there's a level you can get them from Gear 8 to Gear 9 with just one set of Carbante, you can invest in that. But once the character gets greedy, leave them there. Otherwise, take them up to a usable level, work them up as you can. There's no magic formula where it says take them to Gear 12 or Gear 11 or anything else. And specifically with the troopers, ranged trooper, you can support with him at 6 stars, Gear 8. It doesn't matter. All you want is his passive. So that's a way to do it. All right. Padme is better than your trooper team, says KOI Brandon. Yeah. Since I managed to get my Anakin going, so now that I've got this bad boy at Relic 7, that's my arena team, and it's just because it holds better, right? Like if I come in here with my troopers, I can probably get more wins in squad arena with my troopers, but the Padme team holds. You can see I'm holding 109, and if I want to go in for the day and do a matchup and get over 100, I can come in here and search for a battle. This is a Darth Revan team already. Let's go in here and see if we can beat this Darth Revan team. Planning to stop at Gear 9 with the Snow Trooper, but Gear 10 requirements were not greedy, so you upped him one more level. That's a reasonable way to do things. All right, let's get rid of all those debuffs. Let's see if we can get rid of Vader. All right. Now we got the tenacity down. Now we got to try to get rid of the big man. Yeah. Okay. We're just triggering him all over the place. He's angry. He's upset. They're killing all of his companions. All right. Looking like we're going to be able to take the win. So yeah, that's why the Padme team is now stronger, just because it holds. And I don't have to fight as hard. With the trooper team, you come in every day, you're back to 314. You got to fight your way up. But y'all can see, the bottom end of my squad arena is already filling up with, we've seen that before, but, check this guy out with his full Relic 7 First Order team. That was close. No, it wasn't close. He killed off a bunch of my weak characters, and my Relic 7 Jedi Knight Anakin was going strong the whole time. In terms of characters dying, yeah, characters died, but that's the way that early Padme team, before you get all the characters built up, that's kind of how it works. Characters die off, that triggers Anakin. Anakin comes in and smashes everybody's face off, and then Padme tries to heal people up, and then they die or lose life again, and then Anakin just goes smashing. It's like, yeah, I don't know if a good analogy. I was trying to think of something clever to say, but I'm coming up blank. It's like the bully on the playground beating up kids and taking their lunch money. No Malik makes Darth Revan a breeze. All right, so let's see. What other questions do we have? Oh, there was one more question about leveling up characters that fits kind of in the same thing. And that question was, for fleet, we talked about Zetas, or we talked about mods. And the question was, should you throw a Zeta onto a character? So let's say we go into Grand Moff Tarkin in, let's see. So does he have a Zeta somewhere? Yeah, he's got a Zeta here. So would you ever just go in and throw Zetas on Grand Moff Tarkin to make the capital ship that much better? My answer to that is going to be a firm, hard, no, never, not ever, don't do it. If the character is good enough to earn the Zeta, put the Zeta on the character. If you're going to put a Zeta on a character just to make the ship better, I would never do it. Never. I mean, Kenobi's a good character, right? Kenobi's got a capital ship, and you say, okay, well, I'm going to put the Zeta on him to make the capital ship better. Well, it's a good Zeta anyway. You want that Zeta. So yeah, absolutely, no problem. General Grievous, you look at General Grievous. Should I put the Zeta on General Grievous to make his capital ship better? Well, you should put the Zeta on General Grievous anyway. But Tarkin, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Anakin smashes everybody. You touch Padme, Anakin smash. That's how it works. That's the team. I'm so angry. And he does quadruple damage against Tuskens. 8 times damage against Jedi children. You don't know that, but it's written in here. It's text that's way down there. You don't see it at first. But this attack down here, it says quadruple damage against younglings. Who's your next relic? Is it Vader? Yep. Vader's 2 pieces away from being reliced. I'm actively trying to get Padme. I got her farmed up 1 tier. She's at gear 10 now. And I really want to try to close this out and get her to gear 11. And then I'll swing over and finish out this stuff on Vader. I still have another, 5 purchases of this to make before I can give him his cybernetics. So probably another week of working on this. And then I'll finish farming out the last 32 of those. And we'll have Vader at relic. And hopefully Padme at least gear 11. Padme's a greedy character, though. She's stun cuffs and stun guns and chirotechs all over the place. Bookish, yeah. I was just saying that. Bookish types it in. Padme is really greedy. Gear 11 is another big yikes, same as Kenobi's gear 8. Yeah, Kenobi's gear 8 is greedy, too. Yeah, look at this. Stun gun, stun gun. So we'll get that. I mean, we'll work these characters through there. We'll get Bosk past his, stun gun, double stun cuff shenanigans too. But we'll just have to grind through it. Now, what's the next relic after Vader? That's a good question, because I feel like now I don't know if I want to relic Padme yet. I think maybe I should just stick with getting the troopers all reliced and get that team up and running. I want to relic the Brood Alpha. So the next relic is going to be the real challenge. Yeah, figuring out who that's going to be. Because I don't... Every time I relic a character that's not part of the C requirements, it's another 3 weeks till C. And we've already delayed it quite a bit, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with. But, I think I may do Padme. I may still do Padme and bring Ahsoka up at least another, maybe to gear 12 in the meantime. But we'll have to see how this all shakes out. So it's kind of, I'm going to see what gear the game gives me, and that'll kind of play heavily into who gets the next one. Relic Stormtrooper is a good investment. Relic Sith Trooper. There's a lot of that. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of troopers there's a lot of characters that are good to relic. The question is, do you keep relicking things that are good, or do you just say, okay, now I'm committed to C. I'm never going to get the top premium rewards for this squad arena until I'm willing to go for a Galactic Legend. So at some point, you just got to get your GL to get top 10 over here. And the longer that takes, the longer you're locked out. Galactic battles, when you do Conquest, there comes a point where you fight a team that's hard enough that you just want a Galactic Legend to break through that team and get back on your grind. So, yeah, I don't want to take forever to get to Sith Eternal either. And that's... I don't know the answer, guys. I don't know the answer. But for sure, Padme is going to be relicked. Geo Brood Alpha is going to be relicked. I think I'll have to relic both of those before I make it to C. Probably. Because C is like 8 months out for me still. And I don't think I can wait 8 months to make these guys better. So, with Conquest up and running, though, we get access to so much additional stuff. I mean, just the little bits of gear that you can get out of this shop are a big deal. The fact that you can buy some relic materials out of the shop's inside is a big deal. So, like with this, I gathered up like almost 500 of these, I think, in a very short period of time. And with that, I'll be able to make, 6 purchases out of here, something like that. And that's 36 stun guns. It's almost a full stun gun. So that stuff's really a big deal. All right, let's see what else we got over here. There were some questions. What do you think about the new $4.99 and $9.99 rare gear packs in the shop today? All right. Don't know. I typically don't look too close at these packs. So there's this one? Oh, these right here, the gear completion bundles. Let's see, for $5 to get a full Carbonti, just calculating out, this is what, 1,400, that's 1,500, so it's 3,000, 4,500, and then a random on how, oh, no, you don't get all of these, 32% chance of obtaining 50 pieces, plus 25, 50 pieces. No, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. It's not bad, but it's not great. And then this one's going to be the same thing. It's random. Yeah, so if you get lucky, it's good. If you don't get lucky, it's let's say even, maybe a little bit better than if you bought $10 worth of crystals. It's probably about $15 worth of stuff. But again, if you go to these Journey Guide gear packs, they're double and triple the value for everything. So for anybody who didn't see that video, my recommendation is always going to be, go to these pre-built. Oh, come on now. I must have picked the only character that doesn't need a stun gun. So if you pick the full gun and you go look at these, and Soze did a spreadsheet of this on the actual value and which one of these bundles is actually the best of the best. So I pinned that with the video from a couple weeks ago where we talked about this. But yeah, if you're going to drop $5 on the game, that's not a bad pack. But if you're looking for the best value for your money, spend 30 on this, and it's a guaranteed, and you'll get all the gear that shows up in the bundle. Batman's here. Finally managed to be online during a live stream. Hey, man. Okay. Let's see. If it were a guarantee, I'd buy it. Yeah. If it was a guarantee, it'd be a great deal. Okay. So if we go into Grand Arena and we snoop around in here, go back and look at our last battle against Light Soul. That finished up just the way we ended it on the stream. So we got a win over there. And then we came in this week against Obivanich. Interesting name. Excuse me. We can't see the screen, Darth Loquitur. You can't? Wait, what? The video is unavailable. What's going on over here? I don't know what's going on. Huh. I can see the screen. It's okay. It stopped showing for me. So if I go to my studio, I can't see the screen in the studio myself. Okay. Oh, he's 20 minutes behind. He's back on that part where I had the wrong screen up. Okay. That's unusual though. My studio is busted. I can't see the stuff in the studio anymore. Okay, so if we go in and we look at KOBEWON here, KOBEWON's got 353 in ships, so a little less ships than we do, a little more characters than we've got. If we go over here to ships, he's got Relic Geo ships. So to have less ships and have straight Relic Geo ships, that's saying something. And he's got the Vulture droid and the Hyena bomber going, and Anakin and Ahsoka, Houndstooth. So he's got a pretty good fleet going here. Got Plo as a reinforcement, just level 1, just to bring in for the skills. But then his capital ships, like he's got nothing in these capital ships. Level 1. Home 1, level 80, no skills, level 1. So he's keeping his galactic power down on his capital ships. Obviously, he's planning to go for malevolence. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Because the Executrix is a good enough ship to build. The Home 1 is a good enough ship to build. You're going to want those ships someday. And having these capital ships this far behind, I've got to think, even with these relic level Geos, you're just hamstrung. So I definitely would have built one of these ships to a lot better level. That's just me. But he's keeping his galactic power down that way. And then we go look at his characters. He's got 4 out of the 5 Geos at relic level. And he's got Padme up here. He's got Jedi Knight Anakin. He's got Jedi Knight Revan unlocked already with Bindo and Bastila. But again, we see one of these accounts where the top box, you've got 12 great characters, strong, coming along, pulling weight. And it falls off from there. Also, I would recommend strongly for the people out there, building Padme and Jedi Knight Revan, both this early, just seems it's redundant. So if you've got Padme, you're going to want to use Jedi Knight Anakin and Ahsoka with Padme. If you've got Jedi Knight Revan, you want Bindo, Bastila, and Grandmaster Yoda. But these two leaders are kind of on the same level, in my opinion. They're similar in what they do and what teams they can beat. So trying to build both of these teams early on seems like an overcommitment of resources. I would build either the Padme team or the Jedi Knight Revan team. And maybe he's going straight for Malak, but if you're going for Malak, then focus on the Jedi Knight Revan team and leave Padme alone. So I don't know what the rest of the chat thinks about this, but building those two teams at the same time, it splits a lot of similar characters like Grandmaster Yoda and Anakin could go on either team, but now building both of these teams kind of really pulls on your resources. And it makes it so that that's all that you can really work on, right? But again, a really top-heavy account. So, and unfortunately for me, 4 relic Geos means you can put 2 relics on one team, 2 relics on another team. And I was afraid he was going to put, the meatball defense down and just, block both zones in front with Geos, and then that'd be the whole the whole thing. Both teams are pretty gear and Zeta hungry, so doing both is pretty brutal for resources. Yeah, exactly. For Padme, farm 5s and Rex is your 4th and 5th, so you can run JKR also. I'm not saying there's not a way to do it. Of course you can do it. You can do anything you want in this game. It's just, it's a lot of resources for two teams that are of a similar level, and you want one of those teams to be your arena team. You don't need two arena teams. You don't need a Revan team and also a Padme team this early in the game. That's all I'm saying. In general, people don't put a strong defense from my experience. There are a lot of Waterboy players out there who put just everything they can on offense and they put down scraps on defense. And I don't think it's a good way to play. I think you want to win your matchups. You get points for winning, and the rewards that you get for getting first place are definitely worth trying to get first place. So I think, more offensive wins and losing on points is not a good strategy. I don't like that strategy. I like to defend. I like to get holds. And I like to win my matchups. Even if they're lower point wins during the matchup, I do that all the time, and I always get Kyber, and I think it's fine. Why was Conquest shut down? So Conquest was shut down because of Jedi Knight Luke. So if you look at Jedi Knight Luke's skills, he has the ability to reset the speed on the opposing team. And if you just grind him down to 0 endurance to the point where he's got like 1% of everything, then you bring him in as the leader and you go first with Hermit Yoda or any character that goes fast. You give him his first turn. You set the opposing defensive team's speed to 1, and then you virtually get to take infinite turns without the opponent, the AI, ever getting to go. So there's already broken stuff in Conquest, and if they're saying, well, that makes Conquest too easy, it's already too easy. You just get your cooldown stuff going and just, wreck things with Vader and Grandmaster Yoda. There's already broken ways to deal with Conquest, and I think they just should have let it run. The consequence of the brokenness is that people get a loot box. Who cares? I mean, honestly. Who cares if some people get a tier 7 loot box that shouldn't have gotten a tier 7 loot box? It's one round of Conquest. They could have fixed it. See, I don't think that's a big deal. Now, if you were playing against players and you were taking wins and you were taking loot boxes away from other players, then you got to fix it right away because it's unfair for people in the game. But if everybody who has Jedi Knight Luke got free loot this time around in Conquest, who cares? The issue is that it was breaking other game modes, not Conquest. Oh. So there was something about Jedi Knight Luke that was carrying over into other game modes. Okay, I didn't understand that part. Okay. So something about his endurance or whatever, once he was down on endurance in Conquest, it carried over to the other part of the game? Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, in that case, that I understand then why they fixed it. All right. I thought it was just in the Conquest itself that they were having the issue. So what I did over here is I said, okay, I'm going to go for defense, because I think he's going to put Geos on defense on both sides. If he puts all 4 of his Relic Geos on defense, then he's probably going to have a hard time beating that. I'm not sure he can even beat my Jedi team. And if he does get through my Jedi team, then, whatever, he can have a crack at my fleet. And again, my off fleet has gotten significantly better with this Relic Anakin. So if they go for Relic Anakin first, that gives turn meter over to Bosk, and he's not a very big Bosk yet, but it'll at least give him turn meter and he can get in the way, and that'll give enough time for my Anakin to steal banners. So I don't expect to get a Holden fleet, but I expect to at least take banners from him. So then on defense, I was quite surprised. Like somebody said, in my experience, people don't place a lot of defense, and I don't see his geos on either side, which is interesting. We've got one geo here with Sunfac at Relic 1 over here with Dooku. So this, I think, becomes a very trooperable team. And then I do expect that I'll bring in the troopers here, and then I'll find those 3 relic geos in this back square here for a full stop. So I think that's what he's done. I'm not going to play it any differently. I think I have to trooper this. I'm not sure that I have anything that's going to beat the back wall. My troopers can't beat a full relic geo team because I can't get that first kill on the brute, and the brute's going to do so much counterattacking damage that my troopers are just going to die. At least it's not Zeta Dooku. Yeah, I don't know how fast his Dooku is. I didn't scope that out yet. So let's take a look at Dooku's speed. He doesn't look that fast. 227. So I'll be able to overspeed him with the troopers. I'll be able to mow this down pretty good. So I want to make sure that I get a win here and then get a win here. And if he did put those geos on this back wall, then I think this whole side is going to be safe. If he kept his geos for offense, the geos are going to struggle a lot against this team. The characters aren't that big, but as soon as a geo comes across and calls assists from other geos, we're going to be stacking protection up all over the place because of the assists. So it should at least give Anakin a chance to maybe get in there, steal some banners, and if not, outright kill a couple of his geos. I don't think it'll hold, but they'll have to work on Padme, and she'll hopefully get at least one turn before they kill her and trigger some turns from Anakin. So you've always got to assume that the best thing is in the back. I put the strong defensive teams on the front wall and the banner stealing teams in the back, says Bookish. So you have to play your opponent. You have to play your opponent. And I'm a big believer that a good defense is the way to win, but I believe that you have to play your defense into your opponent. So in this case, when I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, okay, it's binary decision making, right? So the huge threat is these geos. If he keeps them on offense, the most difficult defense that I can put is Padme because the attack's out of turn. If he keeps them on defense, then he can't beat my offense anyway. This Revan's not going to be big enough to beat that Padme team. His Padme team's not going to be big enough to beat my Padme team, I don't think. So once he's put this on defense, he's kind of stuck. If he saves it on offense, he's still stuck. He's stuck behind my best defensive team. So you all remember against my last opponent, I put the Padme team behind the Geos. I let him beat the Geos and then into the Padme. This one, I got to put the Padme out front because I was afraid he was going to put his Geos out front. And then we would just, it would be a contest of the top row. Dooku is waiting for the Jedi to crash the party for nothing now. I hate it when my opponent's characters are 1,000% more effective than mine. It's the worst feeling. Well, you get that feeling, but then you got to remember, if you look at his top characters, he can only use them on offense or defense. If they're on defense, he can't bring them over on offense. If they're on offense, you don't have to worry about them being on defense. And you just have to stretch your opponent thin enough that he can't do both. And the characters that he has that are better than yours get spread out. So, would you be able to deal with his Geos? No. Even if he put those 3 relic Geos, even my Padme team can't beat 3 relic Geos. I have literally nothing in my roster right now that can beat 3 relic Geos. I don't think this team can beat 3 relics on defense. That's why I played it this way. I would have saved it for offense. If Padme was at least gear 12, then I would say, yeah, no problem. Because as long as Padme stays alive, she can keep healing up Anakin, and Anakin will just go bonkers on those boys and kill them. But because Padme's so weak, and the AI will target Padme, they'll come after her right away. And the relic level hits, even with the protection up, are enough to take her out. So she's got a multiplicative effect, right? Like making Padme a little bit better makes her like a sickening amount better. You got to remember. So light side allies have 50% max health, right? So what you want Padme, every level that you get on her, every gear tier, gives her more health. Then she gets 50% more health on top of that. These protection up skills that she gives here with the protection up here and the protection up here, the 40% protection up, is all based on the character's health. So as she gets more health, then she gets assigned more health at the start of the combat, and she gets a chunk more health with the protection up. So every gear tier on Padme is a huge leap in her survivability. For anybody who doesn't know. So basically, if he puts his Geo's defense on defense, it would have been a tie, and whoever wins the top zones with more banners wins. That is exactly it. 9 minutes. Oh, that must be an answer to something else. Madi Makuri says, I noticed that when I bumped my Padme from gear 11 to gear 12. Yeah. So that's why I'm like scrambling to get Padme leveled up on this account to get her to at least gear 12, because the survivability difference between gear 9, 10, 11, 12 is just monstrous. All right, so let's go in here. Padme is amazing at relics. Her health stacks so high. Yeah, and she's even more amazing if you give her armor. I think that's a trick that a lot of people don't know. You know, once you get to a certain health on Padme, giving her more defensive stats, actually, because there's so much less damage coming in and the health is still giving the bonuses like it is, giving her at least one armor set, or, you know, giving her a mod with a defensive main stat in the cross or the triangle really puts her over the top even more. It's crazy. Can you talk about the Zeta for General Kenobi and its importance on the Padme squad? Well, we're talking about Padme. I suppose I can do that. So, in my last update, I did give a Zeta to Kenobi. Taunt in this game is a good thing, as most of you will know. I mean, everybody knows getting a taunt get in the way of your opponent. But there is so much stuff in the game that removes taunt. That's crazy. Characters that get taunt back for some effect in the game are amazing. So Kenobi's Zeta, whenever another ally is critically hit, if he's alive, they gain critical hit and he gains taunt for a turn. So they can get rid of his taunt. They can attack one of your other characters. As long as they don't kill that character, Kenobi gets taunt back. Assuming they crit, right? Whenever another ally is critically hit. So as soon as one of your other characters gets crit, if they do a big area effect, he gets his taunt back. So Kenobi can just keep taunting. His taunt just keeps popping up over and over again when it's not his turn. And the best thing about that, later in the game, I put a speed set on him because that's the best mods that I have to work with. But you can mod Kenobi like a turtle. You know, just health set, defense set, health stats, protection up. Just make him a brick wall. He never has to take a turn, and he'll just keep his taunt popping back up over and over again. I see you're heading toward the weight. Oh, that's for Nabokov. What's the best team for the Padme event? I mean, you can do it with Geo's pretty easy. I've got a video on how to do it with Geo's. AP Gaines has a video on his channel about doing it pretty much with Newt Gunray in the lead and Jango Fett. You make a good Jango Fett, you put Newt in the lead. Jango has immunity for 2 turns. He can kill Padme and Kenobi pretty quickly and then clean up the rest. And he's got the ability to gain back his life and come back, and then he kills somebody and he gets bounty hunter's resolve, and so you can potentially finish out with Newton and Django. So there's ways to do it. Loquitur, what team should I look at relicking first? I'm stuck between Padme, Jedi Knight Revan, CLS, or a Vader team. Depends on what you're going to do for a Galactic Legend. If you're going for Sith Eternal Emperor, do the Padme team, relic your Jedi Knight Anakin, and make that your base team to launch from. If you're doing, I don't know, let's say you were to do SLKR and you just wanted a good team, then you should build the Jedi, because they're going to do more in the game in Conquest game modes and in other game modes because of the Jedi tag. There's more Jedi stuff than there is Galactic Republic stuff, and the characters are roughly equal. So it depends on what you're going for next, but I would definitely do JKR or Padme out of that list. What's the countdown for? Cam. Kiadi Mundi. Nice. All right, so I think we're actually going to play some Grand Arena. We keep getting distracted and talking, and now the game's locked up. We're not going to play anything. We're going to play quit the game and start over. All right, we're over 50 likes. People have deployed their lightsabers. Flashing lightsaber sign. Lightsaber. For anybody who doesn't know the tutorial, you pass the lightsaber through the like button. The like button gets destroyed. That's what you do. I also understand that some of the Inquisitors have trained themselves on a like drain. It's much like the life drain that you see from somebody like Darth Malak, but you can do it remotely. You can, drain life from the like button from a distance. All right, now character screen open. Let's get in here. Troopers active. The poor like button. You feel sorry for that like button? I think it's funny that the YouTube algorithm gives you credit for the like button. It also gives you some credit for the dislike button. So even if people come in and they think they're going to downgrade your video on YouTube by giving you a dislike, they're actually helping you. Because YouTube considers it interaction. So those haters out there, oh, dislike this video, give this guy a hard time. It doesn't even work that way. All right. I'm not paying attention here. What are we doing? We're going in against Dooku. We're using troopers. And who are we going to use? That's the question. Because if we have to control the counterattack. We know how to do this, right? Though we put his over on Snowtrooper. The first time Snowtrooper goes, he does a single attack. Veers does the mass attack and kills Dooku, and we're good, right? So we know how to play this out. We've played it before. All right. Here we go. Yeah, Dooku, duck dodge. All right, here we go. And then we do a single attack on whoever's big. And then we do a mass assist on this guy over here. And then we just rain death and fire on everyone. Get a kill over here. And now we just got to finish out this relic Sunfac. All right. Looking okay. That is a beefy Sunfac. He's got hit points for days. Look at that guy. Look at him. He's living forever. He took 2 banners away from us with that. That's all right. Okay, let's see. Who's on the back wall? No. It's a surprise. We don't have... I thought for sure we were going to be looking at the Geo team back there. So he has his Geos on offense. So he can for sure clear this. I don't know if he can get through that. He can get through that with good banners. Yeah, I think he can get through this if he does his full relic team, but then I don't know what he's going to use against my Jedi. This isn't a very good Jedi team, but I mean Yoda and Bastil is always a threat. They're going to do stuff. They've got a bunch of protection up. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's going to do now. This is interesting. All right, so who do we have left to play? We've got a Vader team. And then we've got like a Dooku Geo team, and we've got a Bounty Hunter team to follow it up. So the good team that we have left is the Vader team. And then we kind of got scraps. So against this back wall, if we don't get Bindo out of there, he can resurrect people. So we've got to kill somebody else first to trigger Savior. And let's see, what's he got? He's got Savior and General. Is this what gives them the tenacity up for one turn? Jedi allies give tenacity up for one turn. Yeah, so he's got the tenacity up for a turn. That gets him around my merciless massacre with Vader. But the way I'm doing it with the assists, I don't even care. I don't care that much, right? Because I can merciless massacre, probably hit an assist and kill him, trigger Savior, hit an assist and maybe kill him, hit an assist and get an ability block on Jolie. So I think this team probably takes him, right? Low damage, though. Needed 6 shards, receives 4. No Kiadi Mundi for you. All right, so I think that team takes this back wall team. We're similar in galactic power, but I think we got better mechanics on him. But over here, what we got to figure out, if there's a different team that can beat these guys. So if I go in with Dooku and my 2 Geos, we got to figure out if this team is going to beat his team. 45 to 41. He's got Chopper to be annoying. We've got to kill Harrison Dula. But they don't do much damage, right? So they're going to be triggering counterattacks from us all over the place. So we can we should be able to beat Phoenix with this. Separatist versus good guys. Let's get on over here and see if we can, let's see. Let's just shock Syndulla first. Resisted. We stunned Chopper for half a second, though, so let's go over here and get him. Let's get the taunt going. See if we can get some counterattacks with him. Let's see if we can stun Syndulla. That's good. We like that. Now we just got to work on Chopper for a minute. Take away his turn meter. Let's get a stun on him. Pretty much got to kill Chopper first. All right, we don't want to use our stun. We don't want to use our lightning on him. Not yet. All right, Chopper's down. That's good. Now we'll lightning her. Call in an assist. Looking good. Looking good. Staggered. Let's stun him. Let's get the taunt up just for the fun. All right. Looking good, looking good. 51 banners. Phoenix is trash. You got this super easy. Phoenix is not trash. Phoenix is trash against stuff of the same galactic power. I was going to say against stuff of the same galactic power. Phoenix is a threat. Okay, so he kept his good stuff for offense. He did put his Hyena Bomber here on defense, 6-star Hyena Bomber. So that's a pretty solid chunk of meat that we have to get through. This is a decent threat because he does have Gear 12 Anakin. But we can get around that. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, let's get in here. Let's get to work with our First Order team. First Order Vader team. All right. Here we go. Merciless Massacre. Let's get in there, get an assist, get him dead. He's not dead. All right, we're gonna pop them Force Crush to try to kill Kanan Jarrus and trigger the Savior. Okay. Then we're gonna try to get an ability block over here. He got taunt up. It's inconvenient. I think we're just gonna go for. We'll just get advantage on everybody. Counterattack. All right, let's call him out of here. No, I didn't get a crit. All right, stun him, get an assist. Dodged. All right, big damage. Maybe big damage. All right, let's go after Bindo because he's the one that we really gotta get out of here. Can't leave him alive no matter what. All right, let's get some life back. He's not that strong. Let's get life back from him. Let's do this again, get advantage on everybody. Oh, they're taking out Vader. All right, we'll do Merciless Massacre. Let's go over here so we can get taunt back up. Let's go over here so we can get a kill on him. Let's go over here. All right, all right, all right. Let's just stun him and get a kill. Get a kill. Get a kill, get a kill. All right. That Jolie got crit a ton. He must not have tenacity. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's working on him, right? He's in progress character. Yeah, he built him with a ton of health. No tenacity yet at all. For anybody who doesn't know, put a tenacity set and put a tenacity cross with tenacity on this guy, you know, at least. And then if you really want to make him annoying early game, put a crit avoidance arrow right here. So give him, literally, you don't even have to do a tenacity set if you don't want to. You can give him all health sets. But give him tenacity on the cross and give him crit avoidance up here and he'll be 10 times harder to kill. 10 times more annoying. Should I stop farming Vulture Droid? The only question you need to know is your Vulture Droid currently 7 stars? If not, no. You should farm Vulture Droid all the way to the end. Such a good ship. Such a strong little ship early game. Crazy. Crazy good ship. Especially with just like a Geo team. Anything. All right. 2 reinforcements. His capital ship is complete and utter garbage. And we'll bring in this consular ship just in case we need to pull an extra assist off a spy somewhere. Okay. Battle. Got a 7-star Vulture Droid, says Mata Mukari. The 7-star Vulture Droid payoff was worth the farm. Good. Confirmed. Razor Crest will transform the bounty hunter ships. Jury's out on that Razor Crest. I mean, I've looked at the kit. It might be good, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's just take Anakin out. I don't want to mess with him. And then we'll start working on that Hyena Bomber. Darth Vader unlocked Cam today and got his 7-star Malevolence. What a day. That does sound like a pretty good day. That sounds like a beautiful day. A beautiful day in our little neighborhood. All right. Hyena Bomber going down. We'll bring in Plo for the banners back. Let's put some taunt over here. Banners, banners everywhere. All right, come on. Get him. Houndstooth. What you little baby Houndstooth doing back here? When you can 2-shot your opponent's Houndstooth. So we overkill him just to make sure he can't dodge. Nice. Do you use Houndstooth as a reinforcement or as a main ship with something like Tarkin as a lead? Well, if you've got the Geo fleet, you can use him as a reinforcement. When he becomes a really strong ship, then you can use him as your main, put the soldier and the spy in, and use Sunfac as a reinforcement. So you can do it either way, depending on what other ships you have that are good. But for the majority of what you will play, Houndstooth is one of the starting three. Majority of the time. Only if you've got something better in the starting three that he's a reinforcement. 5-star Gear 11 minimum for Houndstooth to be worth the slot. Yeah. It all depends on what you got, right? I think we should be able to complete a feat over here with the Trooper. And I think that probably means that we've got to go slap a Trooper face into our profile. Get that Sith Trooper over here. And what do we have for... we got Fight Me, Bronzium Battler. I'll put that up. Yeah, let's put Bronzium Battler up. We won't show people that we're a Kyber combatant. We're going to make them think that we're proud to be Bronzium. That may fool people into underestimating us. Definitely, I think. I think not. I think people look at your roster and they know you're not a Bronzium Battler. But we'll put that title up for a little while. All right, so I had an interesting question that I'm going to answer on stream. I think it's going to be hilarious. So this is funny. With that new portrait, will you be renaming yourself Darth Lobster? Nope, I think not. I don't think Darth Lobster has a good ring to it. I like Loquitur. I'll stick with that. So somebody sent me a message, and they said they heard that I manage a factory, and they said, okay, Loquitur, you give such good advice on how to win in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Give me advice on how to win in a job at a factory. So I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer the question. It's not Swiggo, but maybe it's good life advice for somebody out there, for at least one person who will watch this video. It might be useful. So one thing that you want as a manager is you want people who actually give a damn about the business. And there are so many people that just don't care. They show up to work. It's an exchange. I give you a little bit of my time. I do the least amount of work possible, and you give me a paycheck, and then we're even, and, I ain't your friend. I don't care. And they try to get away with breaking rules, and they just, whatever. They're just showing up to work to get a paycheck. And a lot of people do that. I need a new computer monitor. I got to go to work. If you want to get ahead in your job, whether it's a factory or any job, the very first thing you need to do is care just some small, tiny bit about the business. If you're in customer service and you're on the phone with customers, treat those customers like you care about them. If you're part of the business, if you're trying to help the company succeed and you take care of that customer, you're doing your job. And if you're doing that, learn the rules, understand what they want out of you. I love it when people ask questions. People will say, hey, you gave this training on safety and I don't understand. Man, I love it when people say that, because 9 people out of 10 will sit there and they'll say, oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, I'll go do that. And they don't. They don't understand. They don't get it. Or they don't understand it at a level that they want to change how they're doing things. So for those people who can say, I learned the rules, I follow the rules, I care enough about the company to do what they're asking me to do and support them and help them make a buck, then you don't have to try to get ahead. You don't have to scramble and fight. You're going to get noticed. Your supervisor is going to say, it's a good person. They're working out. They show up to work on time every day. They're at their station when they're supposed to be, and they do the work that they're supposed to do. It's good quality. You'll get noticed. You'll get a leadership position. You'll get put as a team leader because, okay, show other people how to do what you're doing. You'll get put as a call leader with 4 other newbies to train on how to do customer service calls. That's how it works. You get noticed for doing a good job. And then you don't have to fight. You don't have to, look for your annual review to get ahead. You just ask a lot of questions so that people know who you are, do a good job, do what you're supposed to do. You'll get noticed, you'll get ahead. So there you go. There's the beginner's guide to winning at work. Stop being selfish and trying to use every company rule to your advantage. Figure out what the rules are, help the company make money, skyrocket straight to the top. There you go. So I answered the question. There's how to win from the beginning level at a factory. All right. Your content is some of the best for Swigo. I started watching the videos. Keep up the good work, says Kevin Kwan. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. What do you think of applying my first Zeta on 5s, level 83, or should you save it for GeoBrood Alpha? Save it for GeoBrood Alpha. GeoBrood Alpha changes the game. Unless you somehow already bought Shock T to lead your clones and you plan to make a clone team that's going to be really good, in which case, put it on the 5s. If you make a fast Rex, Shock T lead, Relic 5s, you can make an arena team that'll go pretty far, even at a low level. Darth Vader says, at Darth Loquitur, that's exactly how I got promoted twice, and now I'm in sysadmin. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. He says, when you hop onto Swigo stream and turn up life advice. Yeah. Yeah. I've had a guy in the past, I had a guy come up to me and say, I got put in as a manager because the prior manager wasn't working out. And basically the company I work for told me, go to this factory, clean things up. You've got people problems, sort it out. We trust you, and go there. And there was a guy there that I considered to be a pretty good employee, and he'd been promised a 50-cent raise. There was no evidence that the 50-cent raise had ever been promised. It was all, word of mouth. And I talked to the guy, and I said, I don't know what you were promised in the past, but I can't live up to it, and you're not going to get that raise. And he said, well, you owe me. I've done this for the company, and I've done this, and I've done this, and you owe me. And I said, I do owe you something. I owe employees a fair place to work. I owe them a fair salary. And if you're promised this 50 cents and your former supervisor said you could earn it by doing a certain number of things, show me. You show me those things and show me you're worth that 50 cents and you'll get it. I'm not saying I'm not going to give it to you. I'm just saying you've got to earn it through me starting right now. And he never did it. He never did what he said he was going to do. He was supposed to learn to do some stuff out in the wastewater treatment plant. He never learned it. So in that case, I never had to give him his 50 cents, and I never had to feel guilty because the thing that he said he was going to do, he didn't even live up to it. So I've had to be mean to employees before like that, but it's just about being fair. You got to be fair. And if people show you the initiative and they want to have that conversation, I lay it out for them. I love it. I would love to pay you more money if I'm in a structure that allows that. Of course, if you're in a union environment or something like that, you can't do that. But, hey, I'll give you training. I'll put you over here. It's in your hands. Show me that you want to get ahead, and you'll get ahead. I love talking about this stuff, so now I gotta shut up and get back to the stream, or I'll talk about it all day. Loquitur, do you live in Texas? Yes, I do live in Texas. That's been verified already because I was in the middle of that big freeze in Texas and lost my power for a few days and was huddled up with my family in the cold around our fireplace trying to make it through. Notes from the Dark Council. We're doing streams in Discord now. There's a tag in rules for people who want to see us in Grand Arena. And we've done that as a way to help with events and stuff also. Yeah, so some of the more experienced players that are on my Dark Council asked if they could do live streams of their Grand Arenas through the Discord. And I said, yeah, for sure. I don't mind. I don't care. If people notice this channel and they get on our Discord because of this channel and they're watching somebody else, I'm not jealous. I don't mind. That's fine. Just as long as we don't, Yeah, do it at the same time and overlap. That would be inconvenient. So, leave my stream times alone. That's the only thing I ask. But it gives people, especially new players, if you want to see live streams, if you want to be part of that kind of stuff, if you want to interact with more experienced players, it just gives more opportunities for people to learn. So it's great. It's a wonderful thing. And I hope people do get over there and join in on those streams and, ask questions of Nabokov and Griff and, Vader if he's doing the streams, Arva. Arva's just, if you go watch an Arva stream, you're not only going to get good content, you're going to get entertained. That guy says some pretty funny stuff. So at least I found him to be very entertaining. So yeah, join up with the Discord and look for those guys over there too. I think it's a beautiful thing, sharing with the community like that. All right, so I think what we'll want to do here is sneak in at least one account review of some kind and go through some of that content. And one of the accounts over here, maybe somebody can tell me, have we done anything for a user called KOBEWON? Does anybody know? Have we done that already? In the Dark Council reviews? If you've done anything for KOBEWON, let me know. This name looks familiar, so it's probably somebody who's in our Discord. I don't think we've done a review for him yet. Could someone tell me what does Breach do in fleets? Breach is a bounty hunter thing. It triggers and activates effects for bounty hunters. The Breach itself, I don't know what the Breach itself does. Lowers defense by 25% or something like that. Is that Discord or in-game? It's the in-game name. So whatever they applied for as the in-game, that's what I would have seen. Huh. Something's gone wrong here. I got to fix something real quick. We got to bring this to the top. And then we got to adjust this a little bit. We got the screen way off center now. Okay. Our list doesn't have names, just account numbers. Okay. All right, well, we'll take a look at this because he's asking a question that I think is relevant to answer, and I think a lot of people have answered it, and I've seen a video recently from other YouTubers answering this question, and I think it's one we get a lot. And that's Gasser Malik. So this user is at 1.8 million galactic power, roughly, with about 700 in ships and 1.2 in characters. It's a little light on ships. I think by the time you're at 1.1, you're looking to be probably closer to 800,000 in ships. I think 8 to 1.2 would be the ratio that I'm looking for. So it's not far off, but I think maybe you could afford a little more in fleet. So we see a Vader ship up here. We've got a couple good relic ships here with the Houndstooth and Anakin. And then we've got a lot of ships in the middle. Executrix and Home 1. And I imagine that he's building into a negotiator. So these go with the negotiator. He's got Plo down here. So these are 4 of the core ships. He's probably building the Umbran Starfighter somewhere. Yep, there it is. All right. Breach lowers defense by 25% and dodge by 25%. If Houndstooth is active, it does minus 25 speed. Question for you, Darth. Are you streaming on YouTube because it's more convenient instead of Twitch, for example? I'm just keeping all my stuff on YouTube for now. I'm building more content on Patreon. And it's just easier for me right now to manage it through one platform. I'm not a full-time streamer. This is not like my business. I'm just a guy with a regular job and a family, and I'm doing this kind of as a hobby on the side to try to help newer players. So YouTube is just convenient. I can just click a button and go live on YouTube. So it's a matter of convenience more than anything. All right, and then for characters, we've got the Padme team here with Kenobi, Anakin. We've got Ahsoka in here somewhere. We've got Revan with Yoda and a couple other Jedi. We've got a Vader in here, the Bosk. So this is good, right? We're building up a couple things that just help us. We get a defensive team somewhere out of Bosk and the Bounty Hunters. We get a good offensive, just maybe even a solo with Vader and Palpatine. And then we've got a solid Padme team, and we've got the Revan team. We've got Geo's in here at some level. So he's got Geo Brood and some lower level Geos. And his question is Gas or Malak? That's the main question that he wants answered. And I think without even looking at the account, I'm going to give a generic answer, and I'm going to give it so strongly that I'm going to say, I really don't even mind what you're building. I think Malak is a much better first play than Gas, General Skywalker. Because with General Skywalker, you have to build all kinds of stuff to get him unlocked, and then you have to build him with the guild event tokens, and then you still have to build the clone team around him. It's really such a huge commitment, and it's a good character and it's a good team, but if you're going to commit to Darth Revan and Malak instead, then you're done. You've got your Darth Revan team built up with Malak, and it's still, to this day, one of the premium defensive teams in the entire game. I think for what it is, for what it's worth, early game like this, 2 million galactic power or less, just go for that Malak. The prereqs aren't that bad. Darth Revan is good. Malak is good. I would always go for Malak over Gas. And there's other people that feel differently about it, but I feel strongly about it. It gives you both Revans and Malak, and I think sets you up with one of the best teams in the game with Darth Revan for defensive side, sets you up with one of the best teams for offense with the Jedi Knight Revan on the other side, and I just think that's the best path. All right. Let's take a look at some of these characters and see how they stack up in terms of mods. 136 bonus speed here for a finished speed of 304. That's pretty good. We've got some 6-dot mod slicing. We've got some potency there to make the direct focus debuffs stick, so that's good. A lot of people try to build him for offense. He is more of a supportive attacker where he's calling assists and using his skills to do other things, so having potency is a good thing. You could probably get away with just having a potency offset, but having a health offset with potency on the cross is good too. And that helps you make sure that those debuffs stick, especially the stun off of that the direct focus. So that's definitely a sliceable mod. So it's pretty good mods on Revan. Let's take a look at Vader and see how Vader's doing. Not 6-dot mods yet. 224 speed, that's a little slow, even for the crit sets. Yeah. I'm worried about the speed for this account now, seeing this. So we always want to see a lot of speed. What was that crit damage? So it's a crit chance, crit damage build. If you're using this with the Sith Trooper like I am, I'm a big fan of the crit stuff. But if you're using him on his own at relic level with a solo, I think you're much better off with offense. And I don't mind having a crit chance set on, but I would do offense here, potency here, either a speed set or an offense set, and then for the offset you could do either potency or crit chance. But that's a better way to mod a relic level Vader. The crit stuff is okay for lower Vaders, but you want your Vader here to be able to do solos. And with the way that the debuffs and Culling Blade and all that works, you're better off with the offense build. So I would change him on your roster. 287 speed with Padme. It's not too bad. 86,000 health. Nice. Like it. I'm probably just going to find all health everywhere on her, which is fine. But once you get her to relic level, like relic level 4 here, I would definitely put one of these as defense. One of them. you know, you have defense over here. You already get 20%. But putting another 20% somewhere is good, or if you find a mod set where you can put defense mods on her, you know, somewhere, you'll actually find that you increase her durability more at this level by adding some defense. They have roughly equal progress on both. Malak makes more sense because it builds Jedi and Sith, and Gas requires clones which don't look built up. Yep. Zekin says he's a manager, and he keeps people who care about the job and people who put meaning in it. Nice. Cool. Good deal. All right. So in terms of the count overall, I think it's a pretty focused account. You know, we've done pretty well with... here we've got an offense. See, I would almost put this set on Vader, because it has a decent speed. You know, you just need a potency somewhere. You know, if you could find a potency set instead of this and put this offense set on Vader, I think that would be better. And then make Yoda just blazing speed, make him even faster. That's my thought. I don't know how. Chat, tell me, how do you like your Yodas? Do you like your Grandmaster Yoda to be fast, or do you like your Grandmaster Yoda to hit hard? I like just speed on Grandmaster Yoda. And then I like to trigger his basics a lot so he gets turn meter, so he's already fast. And if you can trigger him twice, get 80% turn meter, plus he's already gaining back turn meter so quickly, it just gives him so many more turns. I mean, the opposite thought is you can build him slow because you trigger this and he gets the extra turn meter from this, so you don't need speed on him. So I've heard some people say just stack up his damage. High offense and hit as hard as heck, says Vader. I like crit damage set with high secondary speed. Under Jedi Knight Revan, I would vote hitting hard if you're running an older comp with General Kenobi in it for Arena. Pure offense, you like him to hit hard. It helps with JKR versus Padme. GM Grandmaster Yoda for offense. So overwhelmingly, the chat says just make him huge. Stack him like this. Okay. So leave him alone then. Chat says leave him alone. Leave him like he is. But I see good mods with decent speed substats. What I don't see is speed mods with good speed substats. When I see a speed set like this with, 5s and 10s on your speed substats, 16, that's pretty good. But overall for mods, I would say you definitely need to bring up more speed mods from the speed set. Because characters like Grief Karga, you don't care anything on him except that he goes fast. Hermit Yoda, you don't care anything on Hermit Yoda except that he takes a lot of turns. And so with this speed 262, I mean, you're looking for Grandmaster Yoda to be over 300 for sure. And with the speed set, you need this to be plus 140 speed, something like that. So that's my thought. I mean, you're not doing bad on mods. It's not a Sector 5 alert where you got to get the farming mods instantly. But yeah, putting some more effort into mods, I think. Go for Malak. And then on your ships, it looks like you got all that stuff under control. I don't have too much advice for ships. But it's a good account. It's focused. We're working on relic characters at the higher level. We're building up other teams in the middle. So not much to say. Try Grandmaster Yoda lead. Batman says, hey, Loquitur, I made a meme with you as the holocron. If you'd like to see it, it's on my video channel. All right, maybe I'll come over there and check it out. I've got some artwork with me as a holocron, and it's going to be pretty good. We're getting it finished up here. We're going to bring some decent art to the channel, and it's literally Darth Loquitur being projected from a holocron. So hopefully within the next week or two, I'll have that up, and we'll be able to see what that looks like in its finished form. I'm excited. I think it looks good. I think it's going to look good for the channel. Nice. I'll probably for my half-year review. I don't know if I can wait. If I get it next week, I'm going to have it up next week already. I'm not going to be able to wait for my half-year review on my Loquitur account. Too excited about it. All right, so let's go over here for a minute and let's look at the main account. And let's see if I have any more questions to answer first before we start digging into that. If there's anything else up here. All right, so in your hard drive bundle, you talk about spending the $25 on Houndstooth pack and getting some crystals for mod farming. Can you take a look at the hard drive bundle event pack for Hans Falcon and discuss if that's a better buy? If somebody goes for SLK right away, would it make sense in that case only? The Falcon bundle, you say? So you want to go into the journey guide. Journey guide for the Falcon. And you want to look at the large ship bundle instead. And would it make sense to buy that if you're going for SLKR first? If you're going for SLKR first and you're willing to spend money, you could do this. And it would put you ahead on ships and help get you closer to the unlock of the finalizer. Do I think it's needed? I don't know. I don't think so. Because with the First Order, you've only got a couple characters that you have to farm off of hard nodes anyway. A lot of them are shop characters. The Sith Trooper you have to farm. There's one of the pilots I think you have to farm. And something else. So you don't mind too much that you have to farm the bounty hunters and the bounty hunter ships at first, because you can farm those other characters later and catch up. So, is it a good deal? I would rather, I don't have the analysis, so I would have to go through and really look and calculate. But you only get 1,200 crystals in here, and you would get what, 3, 6, about 7,500 crystals. No, for $60 you would get 369. You would get like 8,500 crystals or something for that amount of money. So could I do more with 8,500 crystals than I could do with this pack? I think so. It's a lot of shards, but you already get these ships from the hard drive hyperdrive bundle itself. So, yeah, I don't know. Without doing the calculation, I would say no. I would say this is it's not a great deal. Because you can get him out of the shop. He comes out of the shop too, right? He's a shop character. So this comes off of a hard node, right? So you'd have to farm that. But Cad Bane himself, I think, is a shop character, right? Bounty hunters. So let's look at Cad Bane and see where he comes from in the game. Yeah, he's a Galactic War Store character. So for him and Boba Fett, they're shop characters anyway, so that's just a complete, it's a zero, right? You're not getting anything out of there. So does it make it go faster? Yes, it'll make it go faster. So that's all. That's it. All you're doing is paying for speed. You're not paying for efficiency. It's not efficient to do it this way. This pack is very efficient because it gets you a lot of Houndstooth shards, and at a time when you just bought the hyperdrive bundle and you could get that right away instead of waiting for it. It makes a huge difference in fleet. I'm not sure that this would make 3 times more difference in fleet right away. I'm not against it, but I'm not immediately for it either without digging in a little more. Let's see what the chat has to say. Maybe somebody over there can refute that. Why do the packs look so much cheaper in dollars? The 1895 pack Loquitur. The 1895. This? Ooh. Ew. I despise buying shards for crystals. I hate it. Unless you're wailing on a character out of the shop and you don't want to wait for it, I don't ever like spending this. So, no, I don't think I would ever recommend doing that. Yes, you have a chance that you could get Houndstooth faster, and you could spend, X amount of dollars. But let's say you spent $100, you could do this 10 times for the amount of ships that you would get out of here for 10 times. That's way too much luck. Loquitur, how are you enjoying Sith Eternal on your main account? Well, he doesn't have the ultimate yet. So we've got like one thing. Oh, I've got two. I've got two of the ultimate tokens so far. So he doesn't have the alt yet, but I've been playing around with him. I've been putting him with different teams trying to figure out. And so far, it seems like him plus Wat Tambor gets me to a certain power level. And then I just can't get past that power level with what I've got now, no matter what I put with him. So it's just like him and Wat, and then, I don't know, a tank or whatever to soak a hit or two. So we'll see how he looks with the alt. But for right now, mediocre mods. I haven't maxed out his mods yet. But he's fun. He's fun. I'll get to see today, I think, because in my Grand Arena, I think I have to use him up against Rey. So we'll see if he can pull his weight against the galactic legend Rey. You're 100% getting 12 shards with the purchase. You don't wail. Darth Vader says you don't wail on chancing. You wail on characters that are game changing. Kevin Kwan says wail on things that are guaranteed. Don't gamble. Are you running armor with C as well? It's my intention to run armor with C, but right now my armor is only gear 9. So I take her in, for example, against a SLKR team, and he does the big area effect once she's dead. I have no way to keep her alive right now. So until I get the armor up to relic level, really, I can't keep her alive. She just dies too fast. And then we might try something clever with the armor that I've got, this little tactic in my back pocket where I'm going to use Wat Tambor and the armor and one other super secret character to try to put Sith Eternal Emperor over the top against everything and get the armor to trigger right away. We'll see how all that stuff works out. Now, maybe somebody in the chat can help me. I've been experimenting with this. And when I put the armor in, there's this thing where the first time somebody falls below 60% health, you gain a Beskar ingot and recover protection. And you start with 2 ingots. Now, I've built a team with the armor, and I put in the Sith Empire Trooper. But again, he's not very big either. And he can get one shot by certain characters. So I put him in. He gets taken out in one hit. And the armor never triggers. So it seems to me like there's something where they have to get taken below 60% health and also stay alive. Is that the case? Because if it insta-kills them, it doesn't count as going below 60% health. I don't know. Maybe somebody in chat, maybe somebody in comments after this video is published on the YouTube channel. Maybe somebody can tell me exactly how this works, because it doesn't seem to trigger that extra stack of the Beskar ingot if the character gets one shot. Griff says they need to survive. If they die, it doesn't count. Yeah, so that's weird. I used the third ability to get the third stack of Beskar. Yep, that's how you're going to do it. You're going to use this ability and go shred their armor, and then call Mandalorian allies to assist. I'm pretty certain that she assists herself and does a basic attack and gets the other Beskar ingot off of that. So that is the way. This is the way. It's the way to get a free Beskar ingot. Inflict armor shred on the enemy What is it that... There's something here. The armor starts with 2 stacks. But anyway, this gets her the 3rd ingot. Armor shred till the end of battle. Beskar armor. Does she count as having Beskar armor at the start? I guess. Huh. I'm reading this, but I'm not seeing the mechanic for how it works. I know that she does the armor shred and then attacks. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Yeah, she assists right away. Okay. Yeah, so she basically assists herself and gets that. Okay. You need to have the Omega. Yeah, I put the Omega on her. I didn't. Like I said, I can't keep her alive. So once I can keep her alive, then I can do things with her. But right now, the things that I want to beat with C by including the armor, kill the armor in one hit. Should you buy Zeta over shards and blueprints in the fleet store? So Joey the Goat, if you go look at my stream, if you look at my channel from a couple months ago, when I first started my Darth Loquitur account, what I said was, I'm just going to use fleet for Zeta materials. Like, I love getting Zeta materials out of here. Man, I tell you, my opinion has changed 180 degrees. If you're early game, now that you've got these double drop shards, you had to get some ships out of here anyway, right? But I would almost prefer to farm a ship rather than buy the stuff out of here. But not anymore. You know, with the double shards, man, you get these characters out of here so fast. And the amount of Zetas that you get, if you bought 20 Zetas, one material at a time, that would be 40,000 here, which is equal to... is that right? 100 purchases down here, which would be 1,000 shards, which would be just a sickening amount of shard shop currency, if nothing else. So for an early game player on my Darth Loquitur account, I'm buying these materials when I hit 4,000 up here. So right now, I opened up Loquitur. I look. If Darth Maul is there, I buy him. If the Grievous is there, I buy him. Otherwise, I save the currency. And every time it hits 4,000, I spend here and use 2,000 to get a Zeta material. And that way I always have money in the bank so that I can always buy the characters that I want out of here. So for early game players, my advice now has changed. I would definitely buy the characters that you're going to buy out of the fleet store with that fleet currency. Only focus on the things that you're going to buy. Don't just go in here and buy... like, let's switch over to the Loquitur account for a second. Like, if I go into shipments and I go in here and I'm like, oh, man, you know, this is a good ship and this is a good ship and I might want this someday. You don't want to do that, right? So down here, Darth Maul shows up here. Grievous shows up here. If I don't find those two specific characters right now, I save it. When I get to 4,000, I buy the Zeta. That's my method. That's the method that I'm using. Can you have the ship shards farmed up for the ship and all, and then go for Zetas? So Griff says once you have the ships and shards farmed up, yeah, okay. Similar to what I'm doing. That seems to be a good rule, says Joey the Goat. Yeah, okay. They should do a refresh of all the stores and the ships and characters in the stores. And have all the I have all the characters in the stores. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they did some kind of rotation, right, where it wasn't just always the same things. But yeah, I think once it's established, it's hard to change that. And I noticed that with a lot of characters that they introduce, they never end up being shop characters. So I don't know if any of, 2 years from now, is the Mandalorian going to be a shop character somewhere? I would hope so. All right. Let's go take a look at this main account and let's see what we've got. Look at us, Division 1. Got pretty good score over here. We're getting close to that Kyber. Getting excited about that. I think we need something for a feat here, right? Squad arena battles, fleet battles. Win a grand arena battle using 3 variants of the First Order Stormtrooper. So we'll have to keep that in mind today and see if we can manage to get a 3 variant Stormtrooper win. So this one, again, I think it was already done this far when we were on stream, so it finished up exactly like it was on stream. Our opponent this time, look at this, boys. He's got me by 2 million galactic power. Not only that, he has literally double the Zetas that I have. Double. I have 59. He has 118 Zetas. and 19 more characters at relic level. So we got a mountain to climb today. Yikes. All right, and in terms of ship, he's got more ship than me by a lot, and he's got more characters than me by a lot. So, yeah, fun stuff. Down here in the capital ships, Radis, full 7 stars, Negotiator, Finalizer, Malevolence, and then 4 backup fleets with the Chimera and the 3 starting ships. He's got everything, you know. It's the kind of guy you go over to his house for Christmas and you're like, what do you want? And he's like, nothing. I already got everything. Nothing you can buy me for Christmas. So most of the ships are at relic level. So no reason even looking at that. It's like, what has he got in ships? Yes, he's got it. That's it. So then if we look at the characters, he's got the good guy Galactic Legends. He's got both Jedi Master Luke and Rey, General Skywalker, JTR, Grievous, Jedi Knight Luke. Of course, the Revans, Vader. Vader's only Relic 3, which is interesting, but I mean, not that relevant when you're already looking at a wall of characters like this. Looks to me like he's now working on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with a bunch of Relic First Order. Malik's down here at Relic 3. Padme at Relic 3. So he's got a little less commitment on some of these characters. Bastila Shaw and Relic 3, but relics for days. We're still in relic characters. Now we got all the Gear 12 Zetas and double Zetas, and then we go back to more relic characters without Zetas, and more relic characters, and there's the roster. And then everything in the game, including, you know, the new characters down here. Yikes. So what do you think of that, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think of that matchup against Daily D? They need better matchmaking in general. Majority of us would be like stupid matchmaking when faced with an opponent with 2 million, and I just say, yeah, a worthy opponent. That's right, though, right? So in order to counter such an opponent, we went crazy on defense, right? We put in the Grievous team here to steal banners. We put Mon Mothma and Revan both as teams that are going to try to stand up to something. We put this Relic Dooku with the Asajj and the Zombie just to make them play something. Same kind of thing over here. We put the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, which I fully expect to be beat by his Galactic Legend Luke, and then we put, you know, some leftover relic characters here with a tank, just to, again, we're just trying to make him use teams. We don't want to give him anything that's for free, so he can't use like Gear 12 teams to beat me. He's actually got to commit something with a relic on the team. And then again, I don't care if he watches the stream, it doesn't even matter. We put, you know, more relic level character defenses back here. And again, we're just trying to say, okay, if you put a bunch of those relics on defense and you bring a bunch of them over here on offense, I'm just going to wear you out. I'm just going to keep using up relics until you're out of relics. And then I'm just going to pray that I can come over here and do the opposite to you and beat some of your teams with less valuable teams and see if we can get the win. But we've got a lot. We've got a lot of stuff that we got to get through over here. So here we've got relic level Geos, and I may have to nest these Geos. We've got Mon Mothma over here with a decent team. We've got Grievous over here with a good team. So we've got a wall of strong defense there. Over here we've got the Galactic Legend Rey. We've got a couple lesser defenses over here, you know, things that I can actually work through. But I don't really want to start here, because I feel like if I start here and I run out of teams, that I'm going to get stuck over here, and I've got to at least clear this and get the ships. Because the likelihood is if I clear this, you know, I'm going to find potentially another wall of good stuff behind it and be stuck, you know, facing 4 more good teams. And then I may potentially not be able to clear either one of these zones. So is the plan to use C against Rey? It might be difficult without an alt. I don't have something else that works reliably against Rey. I don't have a Vader comp that can kill this Rey. You know, I don't see it. If I put Watt with Vader and put Thrawn, you know, maybe I could fracture Rey and get her. I don't know. So those are the 2 teams that I have to try, that I think, you know, I could at least give a shot to Rey. And then I think I almost would want to do the Lifeblood trick, you know, bring a bunch of characters in and make her use Lifeblood a few times and get her down to yellow health and then bring in the Vader team. I don't know if the Vader team has to go, you know, first-ish. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe bring her down to yellow health and then do Vader. I'm not practiced at these matchups, and in 3v3, this is the single worst character to fight in 3v3. I think she is she's the very best character in 3v3, let's put it that way. So having to fight against her without a practiced counter is tough. It's high tenacity that nullifies Vader, honestly. So her tenacity doesn't look that high. It's 100. My Vader's tenacity, or my Vader's potency is, I think, 111. Yeah, so I mean, I can get up over her for my debuffs. But I don't know if I can one-shot Rey. I don't know if Vader has enough, because she'll go first and she'll do Lifeblood, and then I'll be stuck, you know, doing Merciless Massacre with Vader, and I don't think I can kill her with one Merciless Massacre. I feel like I have to have Thrawn in there to fracture her, otherwise I don't have any chance. So, and then if Holdo taunts, then I'm just stuck behind Holdo until the next Merciless Massacre. So I don't know. At least if I bring in Sith Eternal, I should be able to kill off these 2 before Rey kills me, right? She's not an offense Rey. So I should be able to just, you know, kill off those 2, and then maybe I can bring in Vader against Rey alone. C counters her, but you need the alt. Yeah, without the alt, I think it's, you know, killing the other 2 characters that are in there, and then, you know, coming back with a team to clean up Rey herself. I'd do something to kill Holdo and the minions, and then go in for the big team. Her ult takes time to build and longer in 3v3. Yeah, she doesn't keep the ult between rounds, right? I mean, she doesn't maintain what she's built toward the ult after the round. I don't think so. So yeah, C can drain their protection and make it at least hard for them to get through. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe without the ult, maybe I can't even kill stuff with C. But if I can't get through over here, then I may have to just use C over here to get through. So let's look at what we've got. We could potentially try Nest against these Geos with Kira lead to balance out that spy, because I'm going to need to cycle up the damage enough to kill that spy. And then I got to hope that the spy doesn't kill me. I could nest over here instead and just nest the Mon Mothma team. Maybe that's a better use of my nest. And then I can use Triumvirate here, because that's a pretty sure thing. I can use troopers here. I can use clones here. So yeah, I'm starting to feel better about this, right? So I can clone. I can probably clone here. Relic 7, though. Oof. I'd feel so much better if I could bring in a team of 5 against that. Yeah. So Triumvirate here. Nest here. Troopers here. And then what against this? Padme? Padme is probably the safest bet. We could do Padme over here. I don't think the bounty hunters... Will the bounty hunters work? Can the bounty hunters live long enough to get this done? Because bounty hunters are another option, then I could just disintegrate Grievous. OG Kylo Mon Mothma. I don't think I can do that. These guys, the Biggs and Wedge, have a lot of damage and they're fast. I don't think. Yeah. Biggs takes a lot of turns with AoE and Wedge could one-shot you. Yeah, I don't see that working. Don't see it working. Mon Mothma is a safe option against Grievous and pretty high banners. Yep. It's sad for me, though, because Mon Mothma is on defense. She is not available to me on offense today, unfortunately. All right, so let's just nest this, right? Let's go in here with Enfys Nest. And we'll do Kira because I don't want to get wore out by accident. And I don't really care too much about the banners. I just want win. Yeah, I'm thinking Padme on the Grievous. I think that's the most reliable way to win that matchup. All right, let's get this on Wedge. See if we can get a stun on him. He resisted. All right. Let's just keep attacking Wedge. Everybody or just Wedge? Just Wedge. We'll just do basic. Because we could get into a war where every time we attack Biggs, we trigger an extra turn on him because of the crit, and then he attacks us, and then we trigger a turn on the crit. So if that happens, it'll be interesting to see. Here we go. Here he goes. Here we go. And we're getting into that cycle now. Here we go. Fun stuff. Infinite loop. As long as I get the counterattack and get a crit, that can go on for a long time. So we don't mind. It's stacking up our crit damage. Every time we remove buffs. So as long as we can keep hitting them, removing their buffs, stacking. So funny how you see Nest about 5 times in the movie and she's a beast character. Yeah. I liked Nest in the movie. I thought she was a really cool character, and I like the little surprise you get when, of course, you expect it to be some big burly guy, and it's not. And so that's I thought her character was well done, and I'm glad that she's good in the game. She's sort of a unique character. All right, there we go. Get him back. All right, our damage is getting ramped up now, though. We're getting some serious damage over here. And we need to get Wedge. We need to get Biggs in his attack cycle. All right. Now, crit on Biggs. Attack. Okay. Just get him in his cycle. Don't let Mon Mothma have turns. So we get Wedge dead, and then we get Biggs in his cycle, and then Mothma runs away. I'm missing my counterattacks now, though. Nest, I think, only has, an 80% chance to counterattack, so it's not a guarantee that she counterattacks. All right, now we're back to this again. We got to get Wedge dead. All right, well, we'll get Biggs dead instead, and we'll see if we can take out Wedge. We just got to do it before Mon Mothma gets to res, and there we go. She runs away. Nest is the same person as girl in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yep. Yes, she is. Okay, so 1 for 1. We got that battle. And then how fast is this guy? It doesn't matter, right? We're going to just run 123. We're looking for 289. All right, so resistance, Finn first, right? That's the deal. Resistance, Finn first. And I do think we need the turn meter drain. Do we need turn meter drain on this guy or not? I don't think we do, right? What's their turn meter mechanics? They don't drive turn meter on their own, right? I don't have all this stuff memorized. Okay, leadership, tactics, 50% more turn meter. No turn meter there. Passive over here. Counter defense, defense, health, protection, and gain 40% turn meter. They recover. Okay, so he's got a turn meter mechanic. Resistance, Finn has turn meter swap. That's the dangerous mechanic. Well, if they can't gain turn meter, then I can just come in with Stark, and I can save Gideon for something else. Right, so what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to do this with just this 3-man trooper team here like this. And Stark will steal 10% turn meter from him, allowing me to take my turns. If they have turn meter gain mechanics, then I have to bring in Gideon in place of Stark. But I don't think they have good turn meter gain mechanics. So we're going to come in like this. We're going to bring the heat in resistance, Finn first, I think. Okay, and then we're going to put this on Stark. And we're going to put this on everybody. Mass assist. Got him. All right, and then we'll hit them both. And we'll hit them both. Stagger them. Take away their turn meter. Kill them. Get more turn meter. Go, 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 go. Done. 54 banners. Brandon Zans, hi. I came to say hi and say that your video about pivot farming is amazing and it's something that seems obvious but it's worth being talked about. The efficiency videos are great. Thanks, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Cool. Use your like saber on that like button as you pass through. Cut that thing in half. All right, these geos. I got a lot of stuff. Man. I kind of don't want to throw away Triumvirate on this. I've got a lot of teams that are mediocre against these. I don't want to throw away Triumvirate, but I don't know that I've got anything else that's a sure thing against those geos. I have to be able to reliably kill these geos. So I think we're gonna pass on that for now. We're gonna take our Padme team in here. See how this works out for us. Take out Grievous. Joey says, troopers have to be my favorite faction. They're fun and satisfying to destroy enemies with them. I agree. All right, we'll just do this and get that protection up. And then we're going to do a basic here. All right. And then we're going to call an assist from everybody here. And then we take that damage from Grievous. Now it's time for a kick in the face. And that should take him out. I'll take the big area effect attack. Just do a tap on him. All right, now do that. Gain back life. Start setting ourselves up for some courage. Let's hit the big attack. Take some protection away from Grievous. More stacks for the courage pile. And then we'll just keep going through this B1. Let's kick Grievous. Okay. And then hopefully I don't kill him. Don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. We need to get a turn. We need to let Grievous take a turn while he's stunned. Okay, now. And then we're going to take the big hit after this, so we're going to go ahead and do that. All right. And then we got Grievous on the run. Finish him the rest of the way. Good. Do you give Padme potency or a health cross? If you can find some potency substats somewhere on Padme, it's nice. But you really want her to be health and more health and defense. So look for potency as a substat, but you know, I don't really go out of the way. If you don't get the stun on the kick, it's not the worst thing. That's not the best part of her kit. And it's the only skill that's doing a debuff, so it's a very minor secondary thing. All right, so how do we want to tackle this Rey? How do we think this Rey is going to work? If we take our Sith Eternal in against Rey, are we going to be able to kill these two before they kill us? That's the question. Can we kill these two? And then I think we kill these two, and I think it just goes to a stalemate against Rey, right? We just time out against Rey because we can't kill her. Is that how it works? Let's see. What do we got? These other teams, you can bounty hunter this. We can potentially clone on this. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we need something better on this. Maybe we need a bounty hunter that to annihilate. I don't know. Rebels can probably beat that. Bounty hunters here. And then I got Sith Eternal and Rey to try here. I have my Triumvirate for up top. She uses ult and then it's over. Why is it over? I don't understand why it's over. Why is it over when she uses the ult? So Sudden Whirlwind does like 4 times massive damage, 3 times massive damage, but it's a percent health effect, right? Isn't it? Or whatever. I mean, I think anyway. C should take less damage from it. So when she does the ult, enters the thing, blah, 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 and then she attacks out of it. But Sith Eternal is going to have sickening amounts of protection by then, right? So by the time she gets into her ult, I'm going to be draining protection on everybody. With Wat Tambor, I'm going to use tank tech, so I'll be gaining back 30% of my protection at the start of every turn. So I should be able to live through her ult, right? Concern is her ult if it's a solo C. If you have multiple people standing, you will survive. So how does her ult work? You need high health for that. Your ult, you could kill in solo C, but you don't have high health. Can you Thrawn Rey and keep her locked? Well, if I take Thrawn in, then I don't have Thrawn when I do Vader. So I feel like I need Thrawn for Vader if I attempt to do it with Vader. It's a tank Rey, not a damage Rey. Yeah, so, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's a very tanky Rey. So I'll probably time out against it, right? Look at this health. It's sickening amounts of health. The damage is not jacked up that high. Is there something about her ult that does more damage the less people that are there? I don't understand that. Upon activating, she deals true damage to the enemy team split among them. Oh, okay, so it does a certain amount of damage, and if you've only got one character, then she can do true damage to a bunch, and it goes through your protection. So it's only a matter of if I have enough health to survive that skill. I got it. I got it now. The lights are finally on. Okay. 3v3, her ult does more damage, right? Because it's only divided. I mean, my other characters are going to be dead by then. It doesn't matter who I bring in. They're going to be dead. So I think the key is, can I kill Holdo at least before she goes into the ult? Rey gains 6% at the start of every character's turn. So I'm not taking a ton of turns. Yeah, I don't even know if I can kill anything, because if that happens and I'm down to that fast. Yikes. So without the ult, C potentially just gets crushed. Use C, Watt, and Gideon, and you'll be fine. Oh, Vader. Vader. So C, Watt, and then we put in Gideon. Watt Gid? We put in Gideon to reduce the damage and take away turn meter from the other characters if I need to. I like that. C. Watt Gideon should be able to kill Holdo and Scav Rey. Genius. So people generally use armor adds hit points. Yeah, but again, I don't have the armor where you can use her yet. It's all about turns and getting heals with any Watt combo. Yeah, so if I can do this, I can potentially get the tank tech on the Emperor. I can possibly get weapon tech on Moff Gideon before Wat Tambor goes away, in which case, he'll take extra turns too. I think we give this a try. Yeah, the goal is to get it down to a Rey cleanup. I agree. I agree with that. Let's go in. Let's try this. Okay. So this on C. Please. Okay. Then we're going to link the two that we want to kill. All right, they are linked. We can start draining some protection off of them. They've been inspired. Okay, we're just going to go over and we're not going to steal turn meter yet. We're just going to go carve Holdo's armor. Then we're going to put weapon tech onto Gideon. And we're just going to try to do damage. All right. And then we're going to steal the turn meter after all, because I won't lose it on C, and I don't care about Watt, and I'll get 25% back. Oh, she protects everybody? I thought I could steal turn meter. All right, Watt dies. We don't care. That was planned all along. All right. Come on now. This is taking way too long. All right. Now she's in the alt. I don't think we need to refresh the stuff. All right. Let's hope. Let us hope that we're able to have done enough with the demoralize that we can keep alive. All right. Good. Now we're suffering on time. This is bad. We're just going to put it on auto. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Ah. Horrible. Horrible. Why? Horrible. Why'd you do that? All right, let's just see if we can kill him. Kill Holdo. All right, now the question is, do I even continue or do I just let it time out right here? We've got low turn meter on Rey, on the little Rey. We've got her at yellow life. I mean, this looks like a good place for me to just let it time out and bring in the Vader team. The whirlwind damage didn't seem to be affected by demoralize. Well, the problem is it does 3 times massive damage, so even if it's half, it's still 1.5 times massive damage, which is, what, 99,000 damage or something like that. So, yeah, she's still doing 150,000 damage, even if it's half. So, yeah, I think we just let this time out, just like this, and bring in Vader and see what we can do. Use the middle ability to heal. I just don't want to give him more turns. I think this is a good position to leave it in. What does chat think? What do you guys think? If we'd had an alt, we could have taken those 2 out. That would have been good. And then I think we would have finished off Rey. So it's when I get the alt, this is going to be good stuff. I don't see any comments from the chat supporting one way or another. It works when you get the alt. Keep that in your back pocket. All right, I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to step out of the room for just a second. I got to run to the restroom real quick, so I'm going to do that while it times out. And I will be back in 1 minute and 10 seconds. All right. So, where are we at? Where we at? Good. Needed to put the music on. Oh, man. I should have put the music on. Didn't think of it. Okay. So then, against this Rey, now we go with Vader lead, Thrawn, and I already used up my Wat Tambor, so I don't have the Wat anymore. So we could, in theory, just throw in a tank, right? We could throw in, just throw in something to soak a hit or two. Is that right? C with alt is a great counter to Rey. You needed a Wheel of Fortune music while we waited. All right. So what do we think of just basically Vader and Thrawn? Do we need or do we want to? I mean, that doesn't add much to it, right? Because we definitely want the Vader lead, so that the debuffs stick to Rey, right? We don't want any chance that the debuffs go away once we get them. So we can do this. And, I mean, does this help? Do we just want to go in there and shoot somebody in the head with Han and stun them? Let's see. Vader says nope. If only we had our Piet right now, it'd be easy to fill that slot. Thrawn lead. What's Thrawn lead get us that we don't already have? We need the offense, right? 15% max protection, 25% offense, and 20% turn meter when they resist. And Vader is 30% offense. So I just want him for the regain damage over time. Thrawn does give you that debuff that lets you cycle back around faster to your ability. Do I still have the... No, I don't have him. I was going to say, if I have the First Order officer, I could use him for a turn swap. Thrawn lead helps to dance for turns for Merciless. Tank would be important, otherwise she can whirlwind for Vader. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, the best tank that I've got is here. So basically, we just run in, we do Merciless Massacre, and I don't know. I don't think that's going to get us where we want to go, guys. I almost think we have to do it this way, where we do Palpatine in the lead and Vader here, so that we can... Thrawn can give him a turn right away. He can do Merciless Massacre. Thrawn can fracture Rey. So she starts below 50% health. Does that give her Whirlwind immediately, or does that mean that she can't get Whirlwind immediately because she didn't see the effect of going below 60% health? I feel like she doesn't get it, right? She doesn't get the Whirlwind. Shore gives Empire speed bonus. Vader lead makes sense to me. Palp lead won't do much without the Zeta. But Palp lead, for me, it's just about Vader doing the Merciless, Force Crush first, getting 3 debuffs and 60% turn meter, and then getting back around to his turn for Merciless Massacre. Then he can do Merciless Massacre, 2 hits, and Force Crush again, and have 2 sets of debuffs and potentially cull Rey on his second turn. This accelerates when we can hit Rey with Culling Blade. That's it. Right? That's all we're doing. Because in that first Merciless Massacre, we're not going to get enough stuff on to kill her. Kill Rey, right? We have to wait till the second time that we can call. And Palpatine's just going to get us around to that faster. Or we could do Thrawn and use his ability to get us around to that faster. But then we still need a tank. And then we need some kind of tank. My short trooper is still weak sauce. He's, gear 11? So let's see what he does here. Whenever another Empire uses a special ability, gain 15% turn meter, and gives everybody max health. So we can use him there, I guess. You want to cull her in Merciless Massacre. Yeah, for sure. Makes sense. Maybe any of these teams are uncertain. Yeah, I don't know for sure if I can beat this Rey, but I have to give it a try. Gotta give it a try. Use Hoda to boost Vader. What's good with that? So if we used Hermit Yoda and did this, gain Master's Training, 25% accuracy, defense, offense, potency, and tenacity. So we just use Hermit Yoda to boost up Vader by another X% damage. So we just bring him in and use him to pump up Vader. I don't know. Which would we rather have? Would we rather have a tank, or would we rather have a little more damage on Vader? I almost think that's a good idea. Just put a little extra damage on Vader. Just try to get him enough punch to get through. Need Hoda to be faster than Vader, otherwise it won't do much. So Hermit Yoda's pretty fast, 282. What's my Vader? If my Vader 249, yeah, my Vader's not that speedy. So 249, and he'll get 3 instances of 24, so 40, 50, 60, 70, 69, 77. So he's 277. So Hoda will be faster by a touch. If he calls on the second, getting back to a second Merciless isn't going to be easy. I don't know. I like this. You know, we'll potentially go first with Thrawn. We'll pass it over to Yoda. We'll have Yoda give it to Vader. We'll have Vader go, do his thing. Then Thrawn will be able to fracture Rey and hold her down until we can get back around to her. I don't know. I think it's better if we just use the tank. And then, because if we can hold her down, then it gives us another character. Does Thrawn give it? Hang on. I just got to check his leadership ability. Empire allies gain maneuver. So maneuver is going to help us with Thrawn, right? Because we do have ebb and flow. So every time we use a special ability, we're gonna lose 15% turn meter. So that keeps her under fracture for longer. So we almost have to have another Empire character over here just to keep Thrawn under fracture. All right. Here we go. We're going to try it this way. Let's do it. All right. So we took a hit. He did his job. That's good. So we can fracture Rey right now, or we could try to get back around to it. I think we just fracture right now. If she gets a turn in between, she can only affect him anyway. So I think, I don't think we pass anything. I think we just, well, we could pass it over to him, let him do a special. Nah, we're just going to fracture. Let's just fracture. All right, now, Merciless Massacre. We'll do Force Crush here. And then I'm just going to go for it. Get her. Nope. Then we'll hit her. And then we're going to do this to cost Thrawn some turn meter. Then we'll do that. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And we'll just keep fracture up. And then we'll do this. And we need to get back around to Merciless Massacre faster. Faster. So we'll do that. And if I do that now, I won't get Rey. She's going to go into her ult, though. All right. Pass this over to Vader. Merciless. We'll hit her first. We'll hit her. Cull. She's in damage immunity. Son of a gun. Why didn't I? Oh, son of a biscuit. Son of a biscuit. I didn't pay attention to that. We had to give her a turn to get out of damage immunity. All right, well, we weren't going to get out of that anyway because she had to get a turn. Mistakes were made, so I had to wait. I really had to wait until I could color in one shot below half health. Yeah. Yeah, I did the cull too early. I tried to see if I could get her culled when she only had a couple debuffs on her. I needed to just wait until I had the better culling blade. Okay, mistakes were made. The match was lost. Next time I'll know, right? So we come in and we do that first round of Merciless Massacre, and we just, put a ability block on her, and whatever. We just do a round. Maybe try to get one of these other people low. Maybe even use the call on somebody else to get them in damage immunity, and then we cycle back around like we did. It would have worked. It would have worked. Guys, it would have worked if I'd have played it right. We would have had it. But this is a learning experience. Yep. All right. Okay, so I think we got to do Triumvirate here just for a sure thing. Let's go ahead and get them out of the way. Was it good having a stronger tank on the to-do list? I've got both of my tanks favorited. The Sith Empire Trooper and Shore Trooper are both in my favorites to be worked on. So they've been getting attention, just not very quickly because I was working on the C requirements. But they're definitely in the group of characters that's getting worked on. Definitely. I need them both. I need the Sith Empire Trooper for my C team, and I need the Shore Trooper for whatever. All right, let's get these guys out in the open. Let's get Isolate on this guy because he's a jerk with his counterattacks. And let's yoink. And then we'll just settle in for the long haul and let them kill themselves. Held by hatred. And we don't even need to work on him, right? We just need to kill the alpha. Kill the alpha. Now that we got that brute under control. All right. Keep working. Let them kill themselves. Treya says, kill yourself. Triumvirate, so much fun. All right, let's get 2 for 1. 52 banners. Good. Treya versus Geos is like water torture. Geos is like an old dude. Sith Trooper versus Geos is like an old dude with a shotgun in a horror movie. Just blasting away, letting him have it. That ship takes up the entire zone. Look at this ship. This ship crosses over like into the next zone. That's crazy big ship. What is wrong with that thing? Finalizer on defense. Interesting. And then we have this Empire team. 402,000 on defense. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Is this the regular TIE fighter? Yeah, this is the First Order TIE fighter. So his guys are going to go first no matter what. All 3 of his ships are going to go first. So the mirror match might not be good here. We may have to do a different kind of fleet here to start out. Get the silencer dead. May have to clean it up. I don't know. All right, let's come back over here. See what we can do. All right, so we've got bounty hunters, troopers, leftover Sith team. And we still have this thing we have to do with 3 Imperial, or 3 remnants. So we've got Phasma, we've got this, and we've got this. And if we take that in against Night Sisters, we can kill the zombie a bunch of times. But these are Relic 3. They're both Relic 3. And we don't really have much health return mechanisms. But we got to try it, right? We got to try to get this feat done. And I'm not sure whether or not this is going to matter too much for banners. And he does ridiculous things, right? So I think this is good. I think we can take Night Sisters with this. I hope so. Let's get in there and get these Night Sisters dead. All right, starting already with the stuns. Let's do the area effect first. Get some slowdowns on these guys. Let's do... let's kill Asajj first. We definitely want to kill Daka first, but we gotta work through all of the various times that we've got to kill people and have them come back to life before we get to the real deaths. No critical hits. Weird. Unusual. Too much healing. All right, die. Too many stuns. Let's get Taunt back up. She's got her heal coming back up again already, though, her debuff. All right. There we got one. Oh, boy. Don't kill Red. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. All right. Well, so much for completing my feat. So much for completing my feat. Dang it. That's not good. All right. We can try the CLS team in here. This should be able to get Night Sisters, I would hope. So, kill Daka. And then we can get that off a zombie. And then we can kill... Maybe we can kill Daka again. Alright. Get Daka. Alright. One more time to kill her for real. For reals. Let's get in there. They got my Chewbacca on permanent lockdown. Makes me sad. There's Daka. Alright. Now we get Asajj. And then we get Zombie. Alright. Never underestimate Geos and Night Sisters. Yeah. I didn't really underestimate them. I just wanted to complete the feat. I really wanted to have a shot at completing that feat. I feel like I've lost this Grand Arena. I mean, he's going to kill my Galactic Kylo with his Galactic Luke, and that's going to be the matchup, right? So I don't feel like I'm going to win this Grand Arena, so the last 1 or 2 banners don't really matter. Now, I mean, he might get stuck, and then I'll regret everything I just said and think to myself, man, that's dumb. Should have done better on banners. But no, I think we're okay. Do the best we can. See if we can get a stun on him. Then we'll net him down. See if we can get a stun over there or kill him. Got him dead. Got him dead. Easy 54. All right. Then what do we got? Nothing but Rey left. So we're done with that shenanigans. All right, so do we finalizer versus finalizer, or do we finalizer up here for a sure thing? If we don't finalizer here, we can do an Empire fleet with the bomber to start out, the First Order TIE, and a different ship, just as a, something to, well, what we could do, and we could do that, and then maybe something like the Scimitar, and then we bring in Vader's ship as a reinforcement. Because if we bring this in first, all of his stuff is going to go, and he's going to kill me before I can even put up a target lock. So if I put this stuff in, and then bring this in later, after I've already got a target lock up and the bomber tanking, and this stuff, I don't care so much if it dies. I'll get in Vader and be able to take out his silencer, and then we're good. So, I don't know. Finalizer and Malevolence. Man, everybody overestimates what I have in this account. It's a 4.6 million galactic power account. I don't have everything. I don't have Malevolence. I don't have all of the relic characters that people think I should have. So I've got First Order, I've got Geos, and I've got Empire. So the Geos are a cleanup fleet. So the First Order is my main fleet. I think we just take the First Order in against this, get that down. This is a mix and match of things that aren't relic level. So I think we've got a better chance of killing this with a lesser fleet. So we're going to go in here with Finalizer, and we'll do that. And we'll take in this, and we'll take in this, and we'll go into battle. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right. Let's just go ahead and put the missile on Vader. And we'll do that. And then we'll draw an assist, and he's gone. See, that's what I'm afraid would happen if I played against the AI. You just go faster, and you destroy the Vader. Okay, so there we go. Let's work on this. That's a regular TIE fighter. Let's see if we can get him dodge. Let's see. There, we got him. No dodge that time. All right, let's bring this in. Pull an assist, get a stun. I guess he's not got full meter, so a turn meter, so he won't get stunned. We'll allow that. All right, then we'll go over here and we'll pull turn meter from him. We'll do that just to get the dodge up. We'll do that to get a target lock on him. We'll do this to get protection back. Give him a stun. All right, then let's pull an assist from the silencer. Get advantage up. We'll just do that. Just do that. Let's see. We don't want to kill him yet. We do want to try to get a reinforcement in here. So let's just do that. And let's do this. And we'll do this and hope not to kill him. And see if we can bring in a reinforcement. All right, here we go. We'll get in Plo, clean ourselves up, get banners back. We're going to put taunt here, kill him. Then we're going to, let's just take that away from him. That's a daze on me, though. Dazed and confused. And then that should be it. That should be it. 65 banners. TIE silencer, kill it, don't tickle it. You got it. That's right. That is absolutely correct. I think I want this. And I think I want Geos. And I think I want this and this. And we'll play the Empire fleet second as cleanup if needed. Ready, go. Ready, go. All right. Dodged. Straight out the box. Missile on Sunfac. That's unfortunate. All right, let's stun him. Let's do buffs. I'm going to come over here because the silencer's so close to dead. I don't even feel like I need to kill him. All right, don't bring a tank. He brought a tank. Now I'm going to pay for that. All right. Let's see what we need to do here. We can do this and call a assist from the spy. Deal with that. All right, we're surviving. Come on, spy. Get him out of here. All right. Got him on the run. We're under stealth. Feeling good. Feeling great. 60 banner victory. Vulture reinforced for the blind. Well, I did for the assist and the kill. All right, so we cleared him up as best we could. Oh, there we go. He's already broken through. Did I even hold him up once? Not even once. Yeah. That's the GA right there, boys. It's okay, though. Did the best we could with what we had. I think we're still in a decent position to try to get this feat finished out and get Kyber. We'll get these feats finished out so that we can get those points. And then I think we'll be pretty close. We'll be pretty close to Kyber, or we should definitely get it in our third match. What's that? Check reinforcements. All right. A valiant effort today. Yeah, no, we could have got that Rey. We could have got that Rey. It's just stupidity and inexperience that cost me that matchup. Because if I'd have waited for the second Culling Blade and been able to get more debuffs on her before I did it, I would have got the kill. I would have got the battle. And we'd have been in good shape. And we'd have had a back wall to look at. I got to say, though, I was pretty low on teams by the time I was done. So if he had anything good on his back wall, we might have been stuck. Now, the only hope, he did put a lot of stuff on defense. And if he did load up some good defense on his back wall as well, we've got a pretty stout defense here. We may be able to hold him somewhere, somewhere over the rainbow. If I can get a hold here, and even if he clears me back here, I may still win. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. But yeah, I think he's still got way too much good stuff in the tank. I didn't see Darth Revan. I didn't see Jedi Knight Revan, Luke Skywalker. So he's got so much good stuff that there's no way. He's going to flex his extra 2 million galactic power in a way that's going to be hard for us to deny. At Darth Loquitur, I checked the bot basically any day now. You and I are pretty even, same gear and GP, not Zetas. For the main account, you mean, or for the low-level account? My account's not as big as your main account, is it? Huh. Well, that's cool, I guess. Still got me beat on Zetas, though. All right, well, that's going to be the Grand Arena for today. I don't have much other stuff that I want to talk about, and we've been in here a long time already, chatting and playing and trying to beat some teams. So I'm going to call it. Thank you all for showing up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Head on over to our Discord if you want some help. You can sign up for account reviews over there. Just ask questions in the general chat if you want some help from people. And hope to see you over there. Smash the like button if you haven't already. For anybody who may not know how that works, you take your lightsaber, you pass it through the like button, destroy it utterly like a Jedi. Thanks a lot, y'all. Catch you in the next holocron.